Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a Q&A, and I haven't done one in, let's see, maybe 4 years, somewhere around the time where I first started my YouTube channel. It's been forever, and to be honest, I think that when I first did a Q&A, I did it way too soon. I don't even think at that time anybody even cared about what, what I liked or who, what I did. I almost said who I did. And I think that is just time for another Q&A. So I got on my Snapchat and asked you guys to ask me some questions about what you wanted to know about me. It didn't have to be hair related. It just had to be a question that you wanted to know. And I said that if I had over 20 questions that I would definitely answer them as long as they were appropriate. So I thought about making this kind of like a series, not necessarily a Q&A series, but something that can basically just bring you guys to know me a little bit more, because I feel like I do more hair tutorials and stuff like that, but you never get to see the real me. So I think I might make this a series, and it might be called something to the degree of Wine Down with Me or Wine Down. I don't know, because I love wine. If you follow me on Snapchat, you already know I love wine, and if you don't follow me on Snapchat, you should, because I'm always on there. So yeah. Let me know down below what you think I should call this series. Something that I can sit down and chat with you guys about. Just whatever. Just prompt some things down below in the comment section. I promised you guys that I would go ahead and shout you out, basically feature you if you ask me a question. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but some of my screenshots did not get all of you guys' names, and I'm sorry for that. I will do it another way next time. But I did get some of you guys, and thank you so much for submitting the questions. It really, really helps me make these videos, so keep them coming. The first question is going to be by Ebenina. I think I'm saying your name right. So Ebenina asks, was hair and beauty your original career choice? If not, what influenced this path? What would you do as a career if it wasn't in the beauty industry? So to answer your first question, was beauty my original career choice? Yes, of course. It always was. In fact, whenever I was younger and close to graduating from high school, I really knew that I wanted to be in the beauty industry, definitely. And my plan was to actually go to beauty school, graduate, be a cosmetologist, be a hairstylist, and then work that as my job to pay my way through college for psychology, because I always wanted to be a psychologist, a family psychologist to be exact. And I just never went through with going to psychology. But I always did have beauty as one of my goals. If I wasn't in the beauty industry, I would definitely be a psychologist. I've always had a passion for helping people. I always wanted to help people as much as they needed me. And I just, that's always been a passion of mine, whether it be beauty related or just family related, life related. Just I always have wanted to help people in some sort of way, and I thought that psychology would be the best path for me if it wasn't in the beauty industry. Question number 2 is by Crystal. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? I need some people to watch. Who are my favorite YouTubers? Shameless Ma is definitely my favorite YouTuber, and It's My Ray Ray is another, and the Daily Davidsons. I've been watching them from day one. Miss Vaughn TV was one of my very first favorite YouTubers, because she's like a natural hair OG YouTuber, okay? Like, if you've been watching YouTube for as long as I have, you know that she's been around for a long time on YouTube, okay? And she was one of the first people who inspired me to go natural. So it's definitely gonna be Miss Vaughn. Tiffany, I've been watching her since, Tiffany is from the Daily Davidsons, and I've been watching her since she didn't have any kids, and she was in the Pink Room. I've been watching her, and I started watching her because she was pregnant right around the time that I was, so that's why I started watching her. Shameless Maya has just always been one of the most influential YouTubers in my opinion, because she's so positive and uplifting and encouraging, and she just inspires me. Every time I watch a video, I know it's going to be inspirational, and she just inspires me to just live, basically just be shameless and carefree about what people think and just be yourself. She's just really, really positive and inspiring. I just love watching her because she's like a breath of fresh air. Like, people on YouTube it's very rare to find people like that on YouTube. She just wants to help you grow, and she also helps you, you know, just learn the ins and outs of life and the ins and outs of YouTube, and just she shares with you all her knowledge. She's just awesome all around. I love her. So Erica, which is one of my, I mean, she is like my friend for real, okay? Just a friend that I've never met, and she's really, really cool. I always talk to Erica on Snapchat. So Erica asked me, how did you meet Devin and how long have y'all been together? So me and Devin met on MySpace, okay? So that's how far we go back. We met on MySpace. I don't know who hit who up first, but let him tell it was me. But let me tell it, I don't holler at dudes at all. So I don't think it was me. So Devin used to be signed to Chill Entertainment, which is the same label as Boosie. So I met up with him at a video shoot that I was in for Webby with Chill Entertainment, and that's where we first met. Of course, we dated for some time, and you know, had our first child. We come from humble beginnings. I can't wait to tell y'all the stories, the many stories that we've been through. I swear, we come from humble beginnings. So that's how we met on MySpace, and we've been together since 2008. So we've been together for 9 years. That's a long time. And no, I'm still not married. For everybody who wants to know, all the trolls that want to say something, no, I'm still not married. Red Lipstick asks, do you want to have another baby? Okay, this is the thing. I do and I don't. Of course, I want a girl. I want to be able to experience that, of course, as a mother. But the reason why I don't is because they're expensive. They're super expensive. Kids are expensive. Do not let anybody tell you they're not. They're expensive. And I just think that at this point in time in my life, I am not ready for another child. So I do and I don't. Number 5, how old is Maverick? That is by Love Me Adrian. Maverick is about to be 10 months, so he's 9 3/4. 9 months and 3/4. So he's about to be 10 months next week. This is by Kim. Kim, girl, I love you so much. You came through for me at the New Orleans Natural Hair Expo, Uncle Funky's daughter workshop. She came through for me. She is one of my younger supporters. So she asked, do you have to blow your hair out when putting a protective style? Not necessarily. You don't have to blow dry your hair straight for protective styles. I do because I don't want my hair to revert, and I want my hair to be, as you know, to last as long as possible, and I didn't want it to curl up between the braids. So you know, it's definitely a choice of yours. Different braiders require different things. You don't have to though. Number 7 is by Khadijah from College Sister TV. Okay, so she asked, do you have different hair textures in your hair? Also, how well are you able to maintain moisture in them? I think that's how the question's asked. If so, how do you manage that? I do have 2 different hair textures in my hair. As far as I'm concerned, it's 2, maybe more. But I do consider my hair type to be 3C, 4A. I have more 3C around my head, and then in the middle is more 4A. Definitely right here it's 4A. A lot of people watch my videos and they're like, there's no way you have 4A hair. And I don't know why, but I do know my hair texture, and I do have a 4A hair type in my hair. And I do find that they behave differently and maintain moisture differently. However, I don't try to combat that. I just embrace it because there's nothing that I can do to change the texture of my hair. So mainly what I like to do, I treat all of my hair like it's 4A, because that's the more not problematic area, but that's the area that gives me more of an issue when it comes to moisture. So I treat my hair as if it's all 4A hair. Okay, so right in the middle I find is the driest part. So I like the LCO method, which is leave-in cream oil. and I like to layer my products like that in that order, and I find that it helps me retain the moisture more. And also always make sure that you're hydrating the hair every day, inside and outside, meaning drink water every day and spray water on your hair every day if you're having a problem with moisture. What are your top 5 holy grail deep conditioners? I have to say Shea Moisture, Manuka Honey, the Manuka Honey line. They have a deep conditioner and it's amazing. It's really great. Another one is the coconut penetrating, I have that mixed up, I know. Deep penetrating coconut by Camille Rose Naturals. That's my favorite. I really can't give you 5 of them. I think those are my favorite 2. So that's what I could think of right now. But those are definitely my favorite 2 that come right off the top of my head. What kind of food do you give Mav? That is by Miss Latney. So what kind of food do I give Mav? Right now he's at the stage where he's in between baby food and solids, like real solids that we eat. So I always make sure that it's beech nut, but as far as solids and stuff like that, I just give him things that are easy to chew, like pancakes, French toast, fruit. Not really a lot of vegetables because vegetables have to get hard. So vegetables have to get soft. So I usually give his vegetables, provide his vegetables in his baby food. So I make sure to get the kale and spinach and stuff like that. But he's mainly on formula, breast milk, beech nut, and soft solids. So who are your favorite YouTubers and why? That is by Jess in Texas. And I just answered that question. But thank you so much. Like I said, the Daily Davidsons, Miss Vaughn TV, Shameless Maya, and It's My Ray Ray. Number 10, do you meal prep in bulk or separately when you work out for the week? Which is better and why? That is by Brown Skin Beauty. That is one of my other very, very good Snapchat fam friends. I love her so much. She's always interacting with me. I always talk to her. And that's what she asked me. So to be honest with you, I don't like meal prepping because I like fresh food. I love fresh food. I don't really care to eat refrigerated food and heat it up. It's just kind of nasty to me. But if I would meal prep, I would meal prep only for 3 days at a time because the food is still fresh by day 3 and it doesn't taste like refrigeration, if you know what I mean. Number 11, which is my lucky number, and definitely from one of my #1 supporters. I love you so much, all the way in Saudi Arabia. But she asked how to convince your family that it's okay to be different. That's number 1. She also asked what inspired you to be natural, and number 3 is what are some ways that can lead to success. I think that is just important to communicate. Number 1, I feel like you should tell them who you are, what you love, who you love, and however they react is how they react, and you deal with it from there. Like, just accept yourself even if your family doesn't accept you. What inspired me to be natural was watching other women embrace their natural hair on YouTube. You know, to be honest with you, when I did have relaxed hair, I never understood why we relaxed our hair. I thought it was just a way of life. I thought that was just one of the things that we had to do. I didn't understand why. I didn't know what natural was. And when I discovered what natural was, thanks to Miss Vaughn and Nikki May, just all these ladies on YouTube who were really influential at the time, I just was like, oh my God, so there's another way to do this. So when I figured out that there's another way to accept my hair in its natural state, I was like, I have to try this. There's another way. Okay, so there's an answer. And when I saw how versatile natural hair is, I was like, I gotta roll with this. Like, I have to roll with this. Like, this seems like the better deal, you know? So definitely watching other women love themselves for who they are, I was blown away and inspired instantly. What are some ways that can lead to success? Consistency. Consistency is key. Whatever you do, make sure you love it, number 1, and make sure that you're consistent at it. Like, whatever it is, do it every day. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. And that's definitely one of the things that I truly, truly believe in. Loving what you do, doing it every day, and being consistent. I think that consistency is key no matter what, and having a passion behind it just sets the fire. Flor del Sol. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it in the caption if I'm saying it wrong. This is another person that I talk to a lot on Snapchat. So she asked, how has becoming a YouTuber / public figure affected your life? Do you think you still have privacy? So being a YouTuber has truly impacted my life in such a positive way. I'm so happy that I started this because it's opened so many doors for me as a person and just career-wise, and has made me a lot more social than I used to be. I've been a stay-at-home mom since I've been a mom, and that's been for 8 years, and to be able to connect with people even online just makes my life a little bit more sane. It just adds a little bit more sanity to my life, and you have no idea how lonely you get being a stay-at-home mom. A lot of people think that, oh, it's so glamorous and you get to stay at home, girl, you don't get to work or anything like that. You have no idea how much it's needed for adult interaction or just human interaction in general when you're staying at home. And it's changed my life in such a positive light socially. I'm able to stay at home and watch my kids grow and make money at the same time. It's really hard. It's not glamorous at all. Don't think that being a YouTuber is glamorous. It's not. It's very demanding. And as any job is, you know. The only negative thing that I would say is it started off as a hobby, and the more and more that I became dependent upon it, the income, the more it became a job. So I know that even though I'm passionate about doing it, I still have to do it because it's what I depend on. So I love it, don't get me wrong. And there's so much sorting through that I have to do. Like, I want to keep my channel organic. I want to keep it to where, you know, I'm real at all times, and I don't just pick any deal that comes to the table. I have to think about you guys first. I have to think about, you know, the integrity of my brand. I have to say, you know what, this wouldn't fit, so I'm gonna have to turn this money down. You know, so it does become kind of hard in that perspective, but I wouldn't change it, you know, ever. I love what I do. So it's definitely impacted me in a positive way. Do you think you still have privacy? I do. In a way, I feel like I do have to kind of report to social media every time that I do something, and I can't really grasp the moment or take in the moment whenever it happens, because if I don't take a picture of it or if I don't make a video of it, you know, then it didn't happen. So just this day and age, the way social media is, you know, like, you have to make sure that you take a picture of it or you make a snap or a boomerang of it, or else you're irrelevant because you're not doing anything. So in a way, you know, it's a negative thing, but it's positive because I get to share my life with you guys and share my life with people who make my life a lot easier, you know, as far as socially. So yeah, that's how it's changed my life. Number 13, I'm not sure who it came from, but it says, how do I keep my hair moisturized for low porosity hair? For low porosity hair, I have low porosity hair, so I can relate, and I understand that it's very hard to keep your hair moisturized. I always suggest the first thing is a clean slate. I always feel that you absolutely have to start off clean. If not, you're going to eventually damage your hair. What I mean by starting off on a clean slate, I mean always making sure that your hair is clean. And if you haven't clarified and you're having issues with your hair, that's the first thing that I would say. Clarify your hair, make sure that your hair is clean and free of any product buildup, and start from there. Deep condition and do a moisturizing deep conditioner 1 week, and then a protein deep conditioner the other week. So, and rotate them like that, because you have to make sure that your hair is balanced as far as moisture and protein. And always make sure that you are using products that aren't heavy in butters. If you use a lot of oil in your hair with low porosity hair, you're actually blocking moisture out of your hair. You want to make sure that you introduce moisture to the hair at all times, every single day. wet or dampen your hair. Number 14 is, I'm a first-time mom, expecting my son in October. Congratulations. I just wanted to know what essentials you have for your baby. Number one, don't think that you have to buy all the expensive things. You need the basics, and that's it. Just the basics, okay? You don't need bottle warmers, wipe warmers. You don't need tub warmers or these expensive tubs and all that. Girl, old school is best. I promise you. Don't believe the hype. So what you need is, you don't necessarily need a crib. Consult with your physician, of course, but I believe in co-sleeping. There's also ways to do it without sleeping with the baby in the bed. I believe in, you know, if you're not a good sleeper or something like that, you have to be safe with the baby. So put a little bassinet on the side. I don't think that initially you need a big wooden crib, okay? I don't believe in that. That's just me, okay? I don't believe that you have to go spend $500 on a crib. You don't need it. A bassinet or a play yard has always come through. Want to know a secret? None of my kids have ever had a crib, okay? Never. I think that breastfeeding is essential. If you can breastfeed, try to breastfeed. It's such a great gift, like it really is. And I think that it makes it so convenient for you as a mother. Misha, one of my number one supporters, and I truly love her dearly. She's been such a breath of fresh air and such a support system for me. Misha asked a few questions, and she asked, well, several questions, and she asked, would you ever want to be a hair salon owner? Yes, I want to be a hair salon owner eventually. I do want to own my own salon, my own natural hair salon. This is such a passionate subject of mine, and I'm going to make sure that I don't make it a long answer. I have a vision for a natural hair salon, and that's all I'm going to say. I really want to be a hair salon owner. What is your dream job? To be a hair salon owner, and a natural hair salon owner at that. And like I said, just put my passion into play. I want it to be a phenomenal experience for people to come in and get their natural hair done. Like, I want it to be an experience. I don't want it to be a service. I want it to be an experience, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want anybody writing down my ideas, but I want to be a salon owner, and I want to have my own natural hair product line. Just know that. If you could move anywhere, where would it be? Let me think about that. Girl, you already know I'm always talking about where I want to move, and it is never here in Louisiana. I always want to move somewhere. So I have this thing about Hawaii. I don't know why I think I want to live there. I've never been there, and I would love to go. It's like my dream vacation. I just want to be able to experience Hawaii one day. And in my mind, I think I want to live there, okay? I think I want to live in Hawaii because I feel like they're so free and so friendly, and I think that just being on an island but still in the United States would be kind of relaxing in a way, because they don't live the way that people on the mainland live. As far as I'm concerned, and as far as I've heard, they don't. They're not hostile, and they're not prejudiced, and they're not like into all the things that we're into, fashion and just materialism, and you know, they're not materialistic and all kind of stuff like that. They're into, you know, family there, and they have the beach there, and you can just wake up and just, it seems so relaxing to me. And that's where I think I want to live. So number 3 is, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go? I think I talked about this in my Get Ready With Me, but I've always wanted to go to Iceland. Something about it is just so mysterious and beautiful to me. It's definitely not something that I would typically want to be. I wouldn't want to be in the ice cold all the time, but it's just so mysterious and kind of dark in a way. Have you seen Iceland and how beautiful it is? It's crazy. Like, it's dark and and icy, and they have the Blue Lagoon there, and I just want to go there to like rub all the stuff on my skin and just take pictures and snap everything. I just want to go because it's so mysterious and just strange and just opposite of what I'm used to. Is hair your passion or just something you realized that you were good at? It's always been a passion of mine. Do you have other things that you are working on, like blogging, natural hair products, etc.? Oh yes, definitely. Natural hair products, definitely in the future. I promise you can look forward to that. That is something that I'm actually working on right now. I want to have my own product line. That is a no-brainer. I want it to be as organically me as possible. So, of course, I'm an overthinker, and I don't want to just come out with any old thing. I don't want it to be a private label thing. I don't want it to be that. I want it to be formulated from me, by me, made by me, and eventually go really big, but never sell out. Never. I don't want it to be that type of line ever, okay? I keep it too real for that. So yes, blogging definitely in the future. I'm trying to put that together as soon as I get into a bigger space. A lot of you have been asking me about blogging, vlogging, recipes, cooking. As soon as I get my space, it's on and popping. You better believe it. You're going to see more of me and a lot more of what I like to do. Are you licensed in anything else besides cosmetology? Nope. Another question she asked, and the last question she asked, is have you ever wanted to be a makeup artist? I have wanted to be a makeup artist, but especially whenever people like ask me to do YouTube videos of my makeup, I am such a simple person when it comes to beauty. I'm one that believes less is more. For what I like, I don't think everybody else would like and be interested in, because I'm just more of a natural person. I'm kind of boring when it comes to makeup because on myself, I like browns and natural looking beauty rather than the sharp cat eye and the super blended and wild colorful makeup. So I do love makeup. Oh, I love it. So thank you so much for asking those questions, Misha. Like I told you, you helped me out so much, and definitely was a big part of this Q&A. So Kim also had another question, and she asked, what's the longest you should leave in your braids? Girl, I'm about to take these out tomorrow, okay? It is about to hit, it's about to hit a month, and in about 5 days or so. And I'm just like, that's pushing it for me. I truly believe that a protective style shouldn't be left in more than a month. That's just me. I feel like after a while, your hair underneath is in need of being deep treated, deep conditioned, hydrated, detangled. All that shed hair needs to come out. You need to free your roots and your hair from all the product buildup and the lint buildup, and just clean your scalp. I feel like a month max. That's my opinion. So that concludes the wind down, or whatever. What do I think I should call this? I want to call it something. I wanted to include the wine, but now I think it's a little bit irrelevant because I'm not really showing myself drinking it, but it's in my system though. Okay, I love wine. That's just another passion of mine. So yeah, let me know down below what you'd like to call, or what you think I should call this series, what you'd like to know. If you want to do more Q&As, go ahead, ask me all that you want to ask me, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah, that concludes the Q&A. Thank you so much for submitting your questions. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh, that initial taste is like internal. Do you have different hair textures in your hair? There, that fly goes in. Oh! I'm gonna get you. Well, I just saw a bug flying.